How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. And today we're going to be talking about AMC. I want to make sure you guys are prepared for this coming week. I talked about how important it was for us to be closing above $15, and of course that's what we got on the Friday. So now I want to make sure you guys are prepared. So I won't waste any more time. Let's jump into the agenda. If you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know we have timestamps down below inside the description. But if you're a shareholder or you're thinking about taking a position, I highly suggest you watch this full entire video. So the first thing we're going to go over is the technical analysis. We're going to be taking a look at the overall price action. We want to know support. We want to know resistance. We want to know what it looks like in the bearish case scenario and as well as in the bullish case scenario. And then we're going to go on Fintel, taking a look at the recent institutional ownership and short interest information. The reason why this is important because it does have an impact on the way the stock performs. And then we're going to be taking a look at the order flow distribution. We want to know the buying and the selling behavior on the retail side and as well as on the institutional side. And then when all of that is done, we'll be going into the final thoughts and as well as some more details. So let's get to it. So we're going to do a technical analysis for AMC. Let's see how it performed on Friday. So it ended up closing at $15.06, being up 3.72%. On the low, it tested $13.40, and then on the high, testing $15.25. When we take a look at the volume stats on the day, you can see we traded at 53.952 million shares, and the average volume over 10 trading days is at 57.032 million shares. So we did have a little bit below the average in regards to volume, but we did see some strength in the stock. Yes, we did have a rally that was going down on Friday just before the close. Now, when we take a look at our chart, which is a daily chart, we can see from the RSI down below, it is at 21.39. So it is deep in that oversold territory. And then when we take a look at our moving averages here on the chart, we are below the 100-day, the 200-day, the 50-day, and as well as the 21-day EMA. So like I was saying in previous videos, AMC does continue to be in a bear market. And I hope you guys are noticing the trend that is happening. We tend to build support in certain areas. We have that buying pressure coming in due to the fact that it's having a dip, and then we have a strong sell-off. And this has been continuous during this downtrend. So there's a strong possibility that AMC will get back into the $12 area. So that's just one thing you're going to want to keep in mind. And the level that I'd want to keep an eye on will be right here around $12.70. On the Friday, it had a low of $13.40. So if it is going to look bullish and it's not going to pull back, then of course you want to see AMC gain some momentum and at least see if it can get back to this $18.30 range, because then you know more demand will come in. There will be some buying because we saw there was some buying before that brought it back up to this $20 level, which we know is going to be a psychological area. And it's no surprise, it's right around a 21-day EMA at $20.19. So that's the type of move you're going to want to look for from AMC. As far as for the short term is concerned, I would love to see us have a quick pop to get above 16 and then see where we can go from there. So let's see how it performs for the coming week. So we're going to take a look at the recent institutional ownership and short interest information for AMC. So as we scroll down further on the page, green rows indicate new positions while red rows indicate closed positions. So when we take a look at the most recent filings, we can see for the 28th we do have some activity here. So we have Allspring Global Investments Holding LLC that purchased just over 227,000 shares. We also have Goldman Sachs that purchased over 46,000 shares. We have Amplius Wealth Advisors LLC that purchased 16 shares. And then we have Goldman Sachs again that purchased over 318,000 shares. And we also have Guggenheim Active Allocation Fund that purchased 6,032 shares. Now, when we take a look at the short interest, the dark pool short volume ratio is at 59.49%, and then for the dark pool short volume, it is just over 16.33 million shares. Scrolling down further on the page, the short shares availability is at 5.4 million, updated 2 minutes ago, and then for the short vol free rate, it is at 0.79%. When we take a look at the history of the short volume, we can see for the close of the 27th, it was at 62.72, and then for the close of the 28th, so the Friday that just passed, it was at 59.49. $1.09. So what this shows us right away, AMC does continue to have short squeeze potential. We did see a small reduction in regards to the short volume, but be clear of the fact that this is one of those stocks, if we do have volume coming into the play, we can see those moves in price action. So now let's move on to the order flow distribution. Now let's take a look at the order flow distribution for AMC. So we see here on the inflow, it was 116, and then on the outflow, it was 131. So it was an outflow day. Taking a look at the breakdown, it was 0 on the large, on the medium, 75.92, and then on the small, it was 39.66. Taking a look at the outflow side, we could see on the large, it was 0. On the medium, it was 87.47, and then on the small, it was 44.02. Taking a look at the large scale orders in the last 5 days, you could see for January the 28th, so the Friday that just passed, it was at 0. The day before that, we had an outflow of 0.75 million, but on the 26th and as well as the 24th, we had inflows. But overall for the week, it was mainly inflows. Now, when we analyze the numbers even further for the small scale orders that tends to represent the retail side, we had more selling than we had buying. And then when we take a look at the medium, we had more selling than we had buying. And of course, when we take a look at the large, which represents whales, institutions, and funds, it was 0. And then when we take a look at the turnover ratio, it was at 10.50%. So we know there's a good amount of traders that are going in and out of AMC, but we also do know there's a strong demand in the market for AMC shares. There's a lot of interest overall. But one thing that we want to pay attention to, we did have a strong finish at the close on the Friday. AMC benefited from this, and I want to see if this momentum actually does continue. So now let's move on to the final thoughts, and we'll go over some more details as well. So for my final thoughts for AMC in regards to the price action, if we see more weakness inside of the market, then you could see AMC hitting a lower low around $12.70. If we see strength, then of course I want to see us hold up the $15 level. If we make some touches down to the 14 area, that is not too bad. But again, I want to see that demand pick up and get us above $16 a share. If we could do that and then consolidate, this is where I want to look forward to seeing that move where we can get to around $20. But again, you want to pay attention to what's happening in the market as a whole. Also, when we went on Fintel, taking a look at the recent institutional ownership, yes, we could see from the filing, institutions have been loading up on shares. And then when we took a look at the short interest information, it does continue to have short squeeze potential. So this is why if you are going to be going into this play, it is going to be requiring a lot of patience. And the reason why patience is important is because if you see the stock pulling back on you, you want to know, okay, are you going to be sweating during that moment? Or are you going to be excited to actually buy the dip? I know it may sound funny, but I'm being completely real with you guys. Many people jumped into AMC, they saw the price pull back, and then they ended up closing out their positions. I'm not mad at them. I don't think they were wrong about that. They got to do what works best for them. But at the same time, if you're using money that you're not afraid to lose, and you have high conviction in the fact that you'll be able to see a return on your investment, then that means you're more likely to actually wait. And if you're not the type of person that's willing to wait, then you should stay away from this play. I know I do say this on a continuous basis. Many people say, well, you know what, Dre, you are a bear. The matter of the fact is, I just want to make sure anyone who's watching my videos, at the end, you can have some sort of an idea in regards to adding into your homework and as well as your due diligence to come up with the right decision that is best for you. I'm not going to be biased. I'm not going to be naive and so forth. I think it's very clear that we know what the risks are associated putting money into the market, especially with volatile plays like these. And we could see, as far as for retail investors are concerned, there's been a good amount of selling pressure. And again, this benefits short sellers in the long run. And seeing this downtrend that AMC is in, not everyone can stomach it. And I just want to make sure you come to the realization that you're comfortable with that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I can't wait to see how AMC performs for this coming week.